Welcome to this week's filming of Captain's Call. I'm Captain John Bushey, and with me today I've got a special guest star. I've got Navy Inspector General Vice Admiral Herman Shelanski. So welcome, sir. It's nice to have you on board.
Thanks,
and,
Captain.
Can you help me a little bit with your background? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure, absolutely. So I'm the Naval Inspector General, 37 years in the United States Navy. I've commanded an aircraft squadron, E-2 Hawkeyes, a ship, USS LaSalle, and then probably the best tour ever was USS Harris Truman as captain. Several flag jobs after that, and I'm really honored to be the Navy's Naval Inspector General. So,
well, it's nice to have you here, sir. Thank you very much for the background. I know that we gave you a tour of the base yesterday, and the E-2s were definitely something that you looked at pretty closely, as well as you met with the wardroom. So I'm sure that was a special day, not just for you, but for the folks that you interfaced with. So.
yeah, very much so.
So can you tell us a little bit about you're conducting an area visit?
Right, absolutely. So it's one of the things that we do. It's one of our primary missions. So we're assigned to look into all matters of importance and report directly back to the Secretary of the Navy. And one of the main lines of effort for the Naval Inspector General is inspections. And two big ones are command inspections and then area visits. And the difference really is in the area visit, it's about finding out the issues of quality of work life and quality of home life and support for all our sailors, their families, Marines, and the civilians also, wherever we go, and to see what are the things that are working well and to share those issues throughout the Navy, the good trends, and the things that may not be working well to help wherever we are to improve some of those services and then certainly improve the life for our sailors and their families. And then, as I said, report back to the Secretary, give him an idea of how well we're doing, especially here in Japan, forward deployed, a very important place, sailors dedicating their lives for a very important mission, being at the tip of the spear. I think that has a lot of importance to the Secretary. So.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate your visit because, like you said, we are at the tip of the spear. We've got a unique community here, not just of sailors, but we've got our families as well. This is a community, and it's I often talk to our community about that we are a small little hometown here in the middle of Tokyo. And so you drive outside the gates, and all of a sudden you are definitely in a foreign country. You're driving on the other side of the road. You're driving on very compressed and narrow streets.
Yeah.
Then you come on to Atsugi, and you have a lot of green spaces. You've got the schools, and you've got the family housing. You've got our residential, our business, and our operational center. So
Absolutely.
definitely, this reminds me a lot of my hometown in Iowa, and about the size of that town as well. So.
Yeah, and it's really, as you said, so important being here in the midst of some of our greatest allies, the Japanese, and to have that relationship with them in a very positive way about who we are as a military and how we work together out here in this Western Pacific and then further out into the China Sea and the South China Sea. That alliance that we have is essential.
Yes, sir.
And so our relationships and making our families feel at home here, it's part of our mission.
Yes, sir.
To make sure that they're taken care of. So
Yes, sir.
we're big believers in that.
Yes, sir. Well, the alliance begins with one individual, and that's the individual sailor or spouse or child, and then it grows from that into our community that we interface with the other communities around us, and then to the bigger Navy and to our alliance. So
Yep.
I appreciate you coming out and making sure that everybody's taken care of, good quality of work, quality of life, quality of service as well. So, well, is there anything else you'd like to comment on today, sir?
I'll just say that I'll reiterate again how important this job is out here for all of our sailors and families. And I know being forward deployed is harder on sailors and families. And so I want to make sure that when we go back, that we have that in mind, and make sure that we, back in Washington, have made the right priorities for the tip of the spear forces to make sure that everyone has what they need, resource-wise and money-wise and facility-wise and activity-wise, to make them ready to do the job that's expected. That's so important for our nation. So, I would just like to thank everyone who's volunteered to be here and a member of our service, our great Navy, and that includes our families, our Marine brethren and sisters that are here with us, and certainly our Navy civilians play a big role in this also. So thank you.
All right, sir. Well, thank you for coming to Atsugi. Thank you for your words of wisdom, and thank you for what you do, because you hold the line and make sure the Navy's doing the right thing. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, Captain.
You're welcome. So that's all we have this week, and we'll be talking to you in about 2 weeks. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.